What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a potential Uncharted game. Now, I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be true to myself if I let this thing kind of slip through my hands. And what I'm talking about here is just one tweet, and it's actually just a smiley face, but let me build the scene for you. So, Jeff Grubb, a lot of us probably know who Jeff Grubb is, right? He tweets out questions quite often for his show that he does, and they're not necessarily hints at anything. Sometimes they're literally just like discussion kind of topics. And yesterday, he tweeted out, do you think a new Uncharted game comes out in the next 5 years? Now, I will be honest, when I saw that tweet, I was like, ooh, does Jeff know something? Because I do think there could be an element of, it's for discussion, but he's doing it on purpose because maybe in the future, maybe in a few months from now, maybe he has an Uncharted story, like a leak that he wants to kind of let out. And so this is kind of a precursor to it. Now, I'm happy with the results because it's 60% yes, 40% no. So that's a pretty good spread. And then you had Tom Henderson. Now, this is the important part. This is why I made the video. Tom Henderson simply responds with a smiley face. So Tom Henderson has been on a roll, an absolute roll, the last, really couple years. He is one of, if not the best leaker out there, very consistent. He seems to know things across the board. He used to specialize, but now he kind of just does literally everything. That smiley face is like, okay, well, why would you do something like that? So here's the situation that I'm in, that I felt when I saw this. I thought, all right, Jeff could be hinting at something, but I would probably lean towards he's not leaning towards it, but he's throwing the question out there. But Tom responding with a smiley face, to me, now that is hinting something. That is, because I just don't know how you read that any differently, unless the smiley face is like, good question, Jeff, like good discussion starter. And even that you could kind of twist into, oh, good question, because there is a game coming out, right? Now, look, this is not like a confirmation. I'm not expecting, like 100% expecting an Uncharted game in the next 5 years, but I do think there's something cooking behind the scenes. Really, all the signs are still there. The PC stuff is kind of debatable, but we can start there in terms of, porting, Uncharted, the Legacy of Thieves collection onto PC. The movie, to me, signaled they want it to still be going. I just don't know, and I do think we'll get more movies, to be honest with you, but you look at, like, a Twisted Metal thing that's going to be happening. Well, they're going to bring the game back along with the show. Really, any of the things that they're doing right now with a TV show or a movie, God of War, Horizon, I mean, you can go down the list. They all match games that are still ongoing. We haven't really had yet, and even if we do, I think a game could still happen. Like if we had a show or a movie of a game that hasn't, returned. I know there's a talk about the Jak and Daxter thing, but see, Jak and Daxter could definitely come back, and I think it will. So the movie really, to me, was like, all right, they want Uncharted to still be around. Now, here's where we're at, and here's what I'll say in terms of my predictions. So I think an Uncharted 1 remake makes the most sense, and I'd probably lean the most towards that. Literally 2 days ago, maybe, I think it was 2 days ago, on my second channel, I talked about how Sony is opening up, and this was like a story on Twitter as well if you guys saw it, but you can check it out on my second channel. I made a video on Sony's opening another team, a new studio, and the studio is that PSS Visual Arts group that the rumor was they were kind of helping with an Uncharted 1 remake back a few years ago. And they're doing a new game in collaboration with Naughty Dog. So, new team, but not really a new team. They've been known to do, like, The Last of Us. They help with that kind of stuff. It's a support team. But they work with Naughty Dog very closely, and now they're going to make their own game. Uncharted was one of my predictions 2 days ago before Tom and Jeff even tweeted this stuff out. So it's interesting how these things have now, they've started to happen where they open a studio. The odds of it being an Uncharted game are, one out of maybe 3-4 different options for that team. And then the day after, we get this Twitter exchange, which is quite interesting to me. But I think an Uncharted 1 remake makes a lot of sense in the era that we're in, right? Keeping Uncharted alive. Now, I would still do like a new game, Uncharted 5 with Cassie. I think that makes a lot of sense. You could have Nate as like a cameo, but you wouldn't center it on him. I think you could do that. I really do. So, and then I guess the third option would be like a Lost Legacy 2. It always seemed like they aren't done there, and they want to go back at some point, or they, at any point they could. So those are really, to me, the three options. You got Uncharted 1 remake, a new Uncharted, like an Uncharted 5, and then a Lost Legacy 2. Honestly, I'll take all of them, to be honest with you. Now, my excitement and my trust would range depending on who's making it. I don't know, how I'd feel if, X studio made it over Y. So we'll have to see who's actually touching Uncharted, in the future. But there you go. So again, I mean, Uncharted is my favorite franchise. We've talked about this before on the channel, but so when I see something like this, I mean, come on, I gotta make a video on it, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my links for my second channel, my Twitter, all that is in the description, along with our Patreon and YouTube memberships. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.